Hello everybody, what is going on? Jimmy here back with another video. Hope that you're all doing well. Today, my friends, we're going to be talking about Xenoblade Chronicles 3, because I just want to say, I know I already made a video talking about how great this game is, but I've gotten pretty far in the game now. I'm all the way almost to Chapter 5. I'm still in Chapter 4, but my god, has this game gotten really, really great. Not that the game was bad at the beginning when I first talked about it, but the truth of the matter is at that time I was not far enough in to make a complete and utter thought. Now I feel like I'm far enough in to really confirm that this is one of the best Xenoblade games. This might go down as being the best Xenoblade game, or at least the second best. I know for sure it's better than Xenoblade Chronicles 2 at this point. I can confirm that much. The characters are much more interesting. The plot's much better. Honestly, it just seems like a big step up from its predecessor, which I think is a great, great thing. Now, if you are a hardcore Nintendo Switch fan, a hardcore JRPG enthusiast, or anywhere in between, I think you need to give this game a chance. Even if JRPGs are not your thing, right? I think you need to give this game a try. Maybe you just like open world games. You know, Elden Ring saw a ton of success this year, and I'm not going to lie to you. I think Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is the better game than Elden Ring. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, did he just say that? Did Jimmy just really say that the critically acclaimed Elden Ring is worse than some niche JRPG? Yes, I'm saying it. I'm going to say it. And I think you need to give Xenoblade Chronicles 3 a chance. I know it isn't going to sell 55 million copies, but under the same token, I bet you it'll do a good 2 to 2.5 for Nintendo, and I think that's good enough for the series, you know what I'm saying? And under the same token, I don't know when sales became a point of contention when it comes to how good or bad a game is. I never understood that thought process. A game could sell 11 copies, and if it's a masterpiece, that doesn't take away from the fact that it's still a masterpiece. And I feel like that's an objective statement, but a lot of people get it twisted. A lot of people think, oh, Final Fantasy, it'll sell, 12, 13 million copies when they drop a game. That just means it's better than a lot of these other franchises. That's not necessarily true. There's a lot of franchises that could be better than these franchises that sell 10 to 15 million per, time they drop a game. And no hate on Final Fantasy, that's a great series. All I'm saying is that there's other series and there's other game franchises that may not perform as well as something like that, but may offer the same quality, if not surpass that quality, and do it while remaining a little bit under the radar. I haven't heard too much about Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and that's kind of what I wanted to do in this video, which is take a minute and inform you guys that I'm still playing the game, I'm still absolutely loving it, and I still think that if you have not played this game, you need to buy it and you need to play it. If you're one of those who's going to wait for a sale, I don't blame you. If you know nothing about the Xeno franchise, you know nothing about Xenoblade, you have no background when it comes to the history, you don't know that Xenogears was the first Xeno game. Then Bandai Namco owned Monolith for a little bit there. They made the Xenosaga games. Then Nintendo bought Monolith, and then they made the Xenoblade games. All these games are loosely, connected under the same umbrella of just Xeno. If you don't know all that, I can understand you not really having a passion for these games and or caring. But I'm telling you, I think this is the perfect opportunity to jump in. I think Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is a great point to jump into the series. And I feel like Xenoblade Chronicles 2 did everything in its power to overcomplicate things and just make the game as difficult as it possibly could be when it comes to, customizing your characters, when it comes to just getting around the map was like a chore in itself. And I feel like a lot of people probably just put that game down after a couple hours, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's something you should not do when it comes to Xenoblade Chronicles 3. 2, I can agree with you on, it was not the best game in the world. It really was not. I didn't really care for it that much. It definitely had its downsides. I mean, at its core, I still thought it was a pretty good game, but truly speaking, it took a long time to grow on me, and it took a long time for me to feel that way. This game, right off the bat, is just, in my opinion, it's better. It's just better. There's no gotcha blade mechanics. There's none of that to deal with. There's none of that stuff that just kind of makes you feel like an outsider if you've never played this series before. I've talked to multiple people on Discord, multiple people on Reddit, who have came into the series with 3, and they've said how nice it is as an entry point. And I kind of wanted to make this video talking about that because they kind of inspired me. It's been 3 people so far, and they kind of inspired me to want to make this video because I feel as if I need to inform you all that yes, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is an excellent place to join in the series and is an excellent series to join in on. I'm sure you're starving for games a little bit. Nintendo has not been dropping that many games lately, let's be honest. I mean, Splatoon 3 is coming out later this year. Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet are coming out, but the thing is, a lot of people are getting fed up with Pokemon. I don't know if you've all noticed, I haven't done too much Pokemon content lately myself. I don't know, I'm not feeling it anymore. These new Pokemon games coming out, they're not hitting like the old ones did. They're just not. And that's fine. I mean, I like them for what they are, but they're not going to affect you like a way a Xenoblade game is. A Xenoblade game will touch your heart. It will touch your soul. I feel like a Pokemon game hasn't been able to do that in a very, very, very long time now. Over 10 years. So this is the perfect opportunity to join in on an amazing franchise. I want to see all of you watching this video play a Xeno game, get involved. You know, if you end up really liking Xenoblade Chronicles, pick up Xenoblade Chronicles 2, 3, you know, depending on where you start. 3 is a great place to start. Obviously, 1's a great place to start. I wouldn't recommend 2, or definitely not Torn of the Golden Country, because Torn of the Golden Country is a prequel to 2, but you will not understand anything if you play it first. So I feel like even though it's a prequel, it's a sequel in the sense that it relies on your knowledge of the previous game, and I really wouldn't recommend starting with it. That was basically all I had to say in this video. I'm just really hoping to get more people into the series, especially in a year where Nintendo's only dropping Splatoon 3. That's only going to be for, you know, the shooter fans. I'll probably pick it up. I might review it. I don't know. I might get it. It's just going to depend on what I'm playing when it comes out in a couple weeks. If I have Xenoblade Chronicles 3 done, I might get it. Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet, you know, as negatively as I talk about Pokemon in this video, I'm probably going to get it. Let's just be honest. But truthfully speaking, Nintendo doesn't have much for this year, and Microsoft and Sony don't either. I mean, Sony had, what, Gran Turismo and God of War Ragnarok coming out later this year. They've been focusing on moving stuff over to PC, which I think is great. Get more people involved in these games. Get more games into gamers' hands that couldn't have them before. I think that's great. But on the same token, for exclusives, you know, we need more content. And I feel like that's where the gaming industry is lacking this year. This is a great backlog year. I feel like I've been saying that for a lot of years, but, you know, honestly, with the C word and everything that happened just a couple years ago, it really has affected everything. And I feel like it's slowed down game development a lot. So, like I said, this video, I'm not going to drag it out forever. All I'm going to say is, buy Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Give it a chance if you haven't already. And, you know what, honestly, if you all want me to answer any questions you have about Xenoblade Chronicles, I'd be happy to do so in the description. I have no problem, not the description, the comment section. I have no problem answering any questions whatsoever. Spoilers or not, I've played all the games. You're not going to spoil me. You're not. Except for 3. If you beat 3, please don't comment spoilers because I haven't beat it yet. But the rest of the games, yes, I played them. You're not going to spoil me. Feel free to comment. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Jimmy out of here.